So many men feel like NPCs in today's world. And if you don't know what that means, it just means non-playable character. So those villagers in Minecraft, those random people in GTA that you can't play, that's what we feel like. And I know I definitely feel like that at times. So I'm sure there's someone else in this world that has those thoughts too, right? But we should be asking ourselves why. Why do we feel like that? And I don't think there is an exact answer for this question. However, there's definitely certain variables that come into place that impact or determine why things are going the way they are in your life, or why you may feel certain ways. So let's just zoom out from this and look at it from a bird's eye view, person to person. So it comes down to your inputs on the daily and your daily deposits, or whatever you want to call it, whatever you're feeding yourself. And that can go from like social media content to actual food to words and verbal language in the day that you're using and thinking, to education consumed in the day. So don't take this the wrong way, because I've said this in past conversations, and let's just say the other party didn't like what I had to say. So it really does make sense though when you say it like this. It's basic knowledge, I think. If you're going to put bad food into your body and you're going to sit there all day and you're not going to exercise and you're not going to get sunlight and you're not going to get your steps and you're not going to consume educational content, you're not going to tell your parents or your loved ones that you do love them, and you're just going to do nothing. Well, yeah, no shit, you feel dust. Like, that just makes sense. But the opposite side to that is, okay, if you are getting sunlight, you are getting your steps, you are getting your cardio, you are working out, you are telling your family you love them, you are putting good whole foods into your body, you are journaling, consuming educational content, reading the Bible, whatever it is that you may be doing, as long as it's a plus and it's not a negative, right? So if you are someone who may feel anxious at times, that just means you are just thinking too much about the future. You're anxious about something that is out of your control. If you're depressed or you're sad or you're hung up on that emotion, that typically means that you have an unresolved issue from the past that you are still just caught up on, or maybe not even an issue, but a moment that happened in the past that you just can't let go, or you can't stop thinking about and putting that energy towards it. So at the end of the day, I've said it before, whatever you put up here is going to basically dictate or determine your day-to-day life in most ways. Not all, but the point I'm trying to make here is, if you are going to be the only one spending the time in your body, in your brain, in your head, in your space, you may as well be putting positive thoughts, positive positive content, positive words in there, because you're the only one that lives in your head. So why wouldn't you make it a good time, right? You just got to start treating your body like a home that you're going to live in for the next however long you're on this earth. I said it yesterday's video. I hope to live to 100. So I got about 78 years of life left. So that's a long ass time. I may as well start, moving that needle a little bit, not even forward, but just like being aware of the needle, just knowing the needle is there. And what I mean by that is, a lot of influencers or gurus or whoever will say, move the needle forward, move the needle forward. Now I say it a lot too. And as much truth as there is behind that saying, that transcribes with basically all areas of your life. You just always want to be moving the needle, and at least knowing the needle's there. And even if you just do like a little ping on it each day, it's better than doing nothing. And the needle just symbolizes your life. You want to move it forward each day in a positive way, not negative. So if you do feel like an NPC, start doing things like this, putting yourself out there on YouTube for millions or no one at all to watch and see if they resonate with your message or agree or disagree or have something they want to say, or, it challenges their thinking and that provokes them to message you and you start a relationship or a friendship or whatever the case may be. You just got to start trying stuff. Your 20s are quite literally the most difficult decade of your life. So I've been told. I don't think it can get much harder than this already. World War III, COVID, global pandemic, everything's $1 million, inflation, global warming. Like, I'm 22. I'm at the very beginning of it. So I just think if you use this time wisely now and start doing the work that is required for you to get to the goals that you desire, why would you not want to start now and get out of that NPC feeling body? Start throwing shit at a wall, working out, eating healthy, starting a new hobby, starting a new group, talking to that girl at the gym that you never have, or whatever it is. Start doing it now, because when you're 28 or even 30, you're going to think back, why did I waste all that time, energy, effort, money, anything on those moments and experiences? And that's not to say you're not going to have good memories and good moments from those times, or things to talk about, or, changing experiences and mindset shifts from these possible scenarios in the past. But if you boil it down and you really look at it, did any of those moments put you ahead or progress you or ascend you or take you from A to B? Probably not. Maybe there is that odd time, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Just understand you are a byproduct of your environment. You are what you think about, and the work works. So if you're new here, make sure to drop your boy a sub button, or hit the sub button, whatever the hell it's called. Just sub to your boy. Follow me on Instagram at parker.moves. About 612 of you on there. I put daily uploads in my life there. These are more personal, intentional videos. However, as always, reach out to me if you ever have any questions. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. And be nice to everyone. Be kind. And cheers, you beauties. See you in the next one.